happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now you guys could probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, guys, definitely gonna want to see this one as we're seeing those Bidens back at it again. It's almost becoming funny at this point, the way they'll stop at nothing to get back at this guy, Donald Trump, before he takes that Oval Office, guys. I'm excited to get in this one, so we're not straight into it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Look, there are a lot of things that have to happen before now on January 20th. I get that. But assuming everything goes smoothly, and it should, then on January 20th, the president's going to do a lot of things. But how is the president going to fight back against the efforts by the Biden administration to Trump-proof the workforce and all these other things? He's out there selling the border wall. What are the things that Trump's up against, and what is he going to do to fight back against it?
Well, I think we're seeing the fight already begin, Jason. If you look at what we've done, we've had just recently an amicus brief filed against what he's doing with TikTok, because President Trump believes he can solve it in a way that will help and benefit Americans and keep TikTok regulated so that we can maintain it. We've seen, again, the border wall, like you said, him selling off the border wall. We had to step in, and thank God the courts did, and prevent them from doing that. We have red states that are stepping up and putting American first policies, Trump policies, ahead of us getting in and protecting the incoming administration. It's just not even fathomable to me that President Biden would want to be so destructive in his last few days, but unfortunately.
And just a little side note, Biden's been on vacation. They just came out with a report said 40% of his presidency spent on vacation, other 60% spent on nap time. So 100% of the time there's been someone else behind the wheel driving the bus. That guy or that lady, I should say, who's coming after, Donald Trump or his plans, trying to shut down or sabotage before January 20th is truly, let's be real with ourselves. It's chill, guys. It's chill.
President Biden would want to be so destructive in his last few days, but unfortunately that is what this administration has been doing, so we shouldn't be surprised. But we have been actively working to prevent that from happening, and we have people, on the Hill working on that, and we're ready for action. Like Caroline said, day one, we're going to be taking serious action immediately, executive orders, in order to make sure that we correct, frankly, what they've destructed and get America back on track immediately.
I like the idea of executive orders for sure, but we also have to keep in mind that executive orders are not permanent, very, very much so temporary. So we need some actual laws to be passed. We need some, pens to be moved, but also we need some things that happen within, the lawmaking process.
Correct, frankly, what they've destructed and get America back on track immediately.
Now, two of the things the president has to deal with is a workforce that has not been coming into the office. And the second thing is the debt ceiling. What can the president do right away to deal with those two big issues?
Listen, first of all, we have to clean up a lot of the mess, and that includes some of the DEI hires, some of the ridiculous decisions that were made, and putting people in that maybe didn't have the merit to be in the administration and in those positions. With having people like Kash Patel, having people like Pam Bondi, Pete Hegseth, they're going to be dealing with their departments and making sure we have the correct people in there. When you turn into debt, first of all, we've got a president that just spent, $50 billion on the Amazon. He's sending money out like it's growing on trees in the back, in the south lawn of the White House. And
on the south lawn of the White House, guys, it's honestly refreshing to think we'll never have to deal with that ever again. Joe Biden just shoveling willy-nilly our tax dollars out. I mean, come on. You get some of the tax dollars. You just the other foreign country. I mean, come on. He did it to Ukraine time in and time. We seen Zelensky just waltzing over here. Man, I need a couple more dollars. Just please, let me get a couple billion for you. Here you go, buddy. Nothing from the big guy, Joe. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to think the last 4 years, our tax dollars are being spent. So refreshing to think that we'll never have to worry about that, at least with Joe Biden, never again.
handing money out like it's growing on trees in the back, in the south lawn of the White House. And we have got to look at tariffs. We've got to look at some of the things that President Trump is going to do to make sure that America is not second, third, fourth, but we're first, because people want to trade with this country, but it has to be fair. And President Trump is a strong voice, a strong president who will demand respect and get our country back on track. We can't be just handing out bailouts. Wants a big check. Okay, let's do it right before we get out of office. You know, that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But Jason, we have a president who's been on vacation for 40% of his presidency. 40%. So I don't even think he's checked in. But
Exactly. That is my point. Exactly. So when we see all these just random occurrences, they're trying to get in the way and stop. And they're saying it's Joe Biden. He's trying to monkey things up before Donald Trump takes the White House. No, that is not the case. Well, he's got a bug in his ear. If he is behind the wheel at all at this point, I would think he has a bug in his ear, and it's got something to do with, that first lady. Maybe even, I don't even want to say their names.
40%. So I don't even think he's checked in, but he has no problem spending American money, and it's got to stop. The hemorrhaging has to stop. American people are suffering. We need tax reforms. We need a lot of things that have to be done very quickly so that they can effectuate some change when President Trump is in there and help the American people.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that President Biden was on vacation before he went on another vacation. Then he went to St. Croix, and then he's going to get back and he's going to go fly off to Italy like he's going to do some big foreign policy effort in Italy.
I mean, like, he's playing in our face. He's like making America a joke at this. Like, you can't make this kind of stuff up, guys. Vacation after vacation after vacation. I would be sick. Like I said, I've been saying this time and time. I would be sick and tired of being on vacation. They said 40% of his presidency, guys, that stems over a year. I think it was over 400 days on vacation the last 4 years. I told myself, I think I've been on vacation 4 weeks, maybe, roughly in the last 4 years. That it's insane to even think. I can't even wrap my head around being gone away from home or away from work for that long. Goodness gracious.
He's going to go fly off to Italy like he's going to do some big foreign policy effort in Italy, and all at the taxpayers' expense, of course.
Yeah.
All right, but I want to get down to the nitty gritty here. There are hundreds of billions of dollars that are trying to be spent by the Biden administration in literally the next 20 days. So what can the president do to fight back against that? Because that money, I mean, we're up against the debt ceiling, but there's hundreds of billions of dollars appropriated, but not yet spent.
Yeah, and if you look at some of the bills that they're trying to pass, and Vivek did a great job of pointing this out, and Elon, some of those bills, they're giving massive bills which have hidden income to people, raising people's salaries, things like that. They are trying to slip it through the cracks. But our team, and when I say our team, I mean the Republican Party. I mean certain people on the Democrat Party that are not agreeing with what they're doing, that are seeing through it, that know that the incoming administration is going to fix it, reverse it, and call it out, are currently out there looking at these bills, going to the American people, going on the Hill and saying, you're not going to pass this bill this way. You're not going to slip in money that shouldn't be spent. But there's only so much, unfortunately, we can do until we're there. But I will say that I think that we're seeing real unity in Washington recently. And also fear, probably because of Doge, because of his administration, the people he's put in, and the fact that they know that you're going to be held accountable if you're going to be messing around with American people's money.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Trump sounding back and better than ever. I mean, his wheels on his bus already in motion, ahead of him even being inaugurated in January 20th. Can't come quick enough. It sounds like there's a bit of fear roaming through the streets of D.C. In preparation of Donald Trump, him taking that Oval Office. You got to think the frivolous spending, government spending that's been going on. Trump's cabinet appointees, his administration is coming in with a force. They're already showing that they mean business, especially Doge. The Department of Government officials led by Vivek and Elon are going to be, night and day. As far as transparency, where we're seeing our money, taxpayer dollars being shoveled off to, have Joe Biden, who would, in the middle of the night, push a pen and write a check to Zelensky for a couple billion. This change is going to be very exciting to see. Heard Alina Habba mention that there's going to be a complete revamp, clean house. You know, they're getting rid of all those DEI hires, folks that are in places, spots that they're not supposed to be filling up. But boy, I tell you, it's going to be pretty refreshing knowing that we got a commander-in-chief in charge that is going to value our tax dollars and not just allow them to go and be spent anywhere. Guys, definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. We've got a lot of folks trying to get in the way of what Donald Trump is getting done come January 20. You hop in the comment section, let me know your thoughts, what you're thinking about it all. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one week.